Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji. So we have new devotees today in the class. Anyone who is the new devotee, new joining, can they raise the hand so that I can know who is coming from. Some some has completed the level 2 batch. Now they are joining for first time. So anyone is there who is joining first time, they can unmute themselves and then they can raise the hand.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Today I joined first. My name is Shourabh Das.
Yes, yes. This is your first time, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhuji. But
Yes.
I saw all lecture in YouTube. But for some problems I can't join.
Okay, no problem, Prabhu. So any other devotee who has joined first time? So only Saurabh Prabhu is there. Okay. Let me share the screen. I hope my screen is visible. Kalpana Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, is my screen visible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, so we are going to see mantra 15 today. So let's start with Mangalacharan. First we'll do Mangalacharan, then we'll start the mantra 15. Is my voice audible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादां सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So we have finished mantra number 40, and now we are going to start mantra 15 and next we will see the 16. Okay, so 15 and 16 are like little bit similar, where a personal form of Lord is described. Okay, sometimes in previous sloka or in Bhagavad Gita, or when we come first to Krishna consciousness, then we understand that the Lord is having personal form also. Okay, earlier many people have this confusion that Brahman form is there. There is no personal form of Lord. There is no face of the Lord. There is no hand of Lord, or there is no personality of Lord. Okay, but if we see Bhagavad Gita, it is confirmed that Lord has a personal form also. So three phases is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, that Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Okay, so that the thing is more clearly discussed here, and when we read this sloka, we come to know about that Lord is having personal form also. Okay, so let's read this sloka, mantra number 15. Yes, who is going to read, Mataji?
Prabhuji, Sharon Prabhuji has raised. Please can you recite Sharon Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Mantra
Krishna.
15. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Mantra 15. Hiranyamayena patrena satyasvapihitam mukham tat tvam pushana purnu satya dharmaya drishtaye. Translation: O my Lord, sustainer of all that lives, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee.
Okay. So let's try to understand this sloka. Then we'll go to the purpose and then we'll see what Prabhupada wants us to see in this sloka. So if you see the synonyms, okay. So in the synonyms, there are very important words are there. So let's see the translation, and according to that, we'll see the synonym, or we'll see the synonyms. Okay. In that synonyms, a few words are there. Let me connect the mouse. Now it is visible. So first thing, if you see patrena, okay, patrena means by the dazzling covering. Okay, so there is covering. Okay, so what is that covering? The golden effulgence is there. Okay, so one important word is patrena. Okay, the dazzling covering. Okay, the second important word, if you see, mukham. Okay, mukham, the face. So if you see here, mukham. Okay, so here it is clearly described. There is mukham. Okay, so if you see, if you try to understand a Brahman effulgence, then there is no like mukham is there. There is no face, because if the person is understanding Lord as Brahman effulgence, then there is nirgun. That is nirgun. There is no gun. Okay, there is no gun. Nirgun nirakar, like that they will say. Okay, so there is no gun. There is no form of the Lord. But if you see the ISOPANISAD sloka, there is clearly mentioned there is a mukham is there. Okay, and that mukham is covered by a patrena. Okay, so that mukha or the face of the Lord is covered by a dazzling effulgence. Okay, a dazzling effulgence there who is covering the face. Okay, so that is one thing. And if you see the third important word is pushan. Okay, here pushan means O sustainer. So who is maintainer? Okay, so pushan. So one word, important word is sustainer, and so these are some few important words. So let's see the translation and try to understand. So translation: Oh my Lord, sustainer of all that lives. Okay, so one important word here is sustainer. So let's understand that. What is the meaning? Your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. You have a real face which is covered by your dazzling effulgence, and that effulgence is called the Brahman face or the effulgence face, where the person sees that the Lord doesn't have any form, no guna, no form, like that. Okay, so your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. So your real face is also there, but it is covered by a dazzling effulgence. So if a person wants to see, like, if you go in the night through the road, there will be like many cars will be coming. Okay, and if there is light is coming, so much effulgence is coming, or a big bright light is coming from the car, you won't be able to see the car. You will be able to see the effulgence. Okay, or the light. Similarly, your real face is covered by a dazzling effulgence. So if any person is concentrating on the dazzling effulgence only, a person seeing the Lord as dazzling effulgence only, he won't be able to see the real face. Just like we are not able to see the real car, just we see the light. So such a effulgence is there on the face of the Lord that we are not able to see the actual face of the Lord. Okay, so that is one thing. Then devotee is mentioning the third part is kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. So if you see this translation or this mantra, the three important things are there. One is the sustainer of all that lives. So Lord is sustainer of all that lives. Okay, how Lord is sustainer? That we'll also see in the purpose. The second part is your real face is covered by a dazzling effulgence. So two important points in the sloka is being mentioned, that Lord has having real face and Lord is having a effulgence also, the Brahman form also. Okay, which is the dazzling effulgence, which is covering the real face. Okay, so real face is not visible to everyone. Who will be able to see that real face? Third part is mentioning that kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. Okay, so pure devotee will be able to see the real face of Krishna. A person who is not a pure devotee, he won't be able to see the real face. So that is also one thing. So if you remember from the Bhagavad Gita, when we read the Bhagavad Gita level 1, we mentioned that there are 3 stages of realization of absolute truth. Okay, one is the Brahman form, the next is the Paramatma form, and the most advanced form is the Bhagwan form. Okay, so the Brahman form is like the dazzling effulgence. Okay, so a person who is approaching the Brahman form only, he won't be able to see the real face. Okay, that is not the complete form. That is the partial form only, the effulgence form or the Brahman form. Okay, they won't be able to relish. Okay, if you see the Bhagwan form, that is Satchidanand. Okay, Satchidanand is the complete description of the Bhagwan form. But if any person is after the effulgence form only, he can realize only the Sat form or the truth form. Sat means Lord is Shashvat, Lord is everywhere, like the Sat form. Okay. So if any person is after the dazzling effulgence or the Brahman form, he can realize only the Sat form, and that is not the complete realization of the Lord. That is only the partial realization. That is the Sat form. That is the Brahman form. That is the effulgence form. Okay. The partial realization. Second form is the more advanced is the Paramatma form. Okay. The Paramatma form is also not complete. Okay. That is also not complete. We can realize only Sat and Chit. Okay. Chit means knowledge. So if any person is approaching the Paramatma form only, he can have Sat, he can have realization of Sat, that Lord is present everywhere and he is full of knowledge. Okay. Sat and Chit. Okay, he is having knowledge of everything, he knows everything. Sat and Chit. Okay, so that is also the partial realization, the Paramatma realization. That is also not the complete realization. Okay. The third form is the Bhagwan form. Okay, and Bhagwan form is the complete realization of Lord, where Satchit Anand. Anand form is also attached. Anand means the relishing of the pastime of the Lord, relishing the pastime with the Lord, relishing the leelas of the Lord. Okay, Lord is full of Anand, Rasa. Okay, and a person who is approaching the Bhagwan form can relish the Rasa, can relish the Anand. The Rasas are also of the 5 types. Okay, Shant Ras, Dasya Ras, Shakya Ras, Madhurya Ras, and one is the parental affection, that is called as one, that is in Hindi or Sanskrit. That is the parental affection. Okay, so that will also come in the when we are reading this sloka. So 5 types of rasa is there. Okay, so a person can release the with Krishna, he can have relationship with Krishna. Okay, these 5 types of rasa. Okay, and he can release the pastime with Krishna. Okay, so that is the Bhagwan form, where Sat is also there, Chit is also there, and Anand is also there. Okay, Satchidanand. Satchidanand form is there. That is the Bhagwan form. And a person who is approaching the Bhagwan form can release the pastime. And who can approach that Bhagwan form? It is written in the last part that kindly remove that covering, the Brahman effulgence, and exhibit yourself to a pure devotee. Okay, so who can see the Bhagwan form? By the devotee, by the mercy of Lord only. The devotee is begging the Lord, kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. So devotee is asking Lord to show himself to the show Lord to the devotee. Okay. So this mantra, the mantra 15, is like appeal to Lord. Okay. So that we can have his mercy and we can see him, we can understand him, we can see him. Okay. So that is like mantra number 15 is like appeal to the Lord. Okay, that is the appeal to Lord. Okay, so let's see so three things are there: sustainer, the dazzling effulgence, and the Bhagavan. So three forms. So three phases of realization. The dazzling effulgence is the Brahman form. The sustainer is the Paramatma form. How is the sustainer the Paramatma form? So Lord is there uh, in every living entity in the form of Paramatma. Okay, and He is sustaining all the living entity in the form of Paramatma. So if you see the three expanses of Lord Vishnu, the Purusha avatar of Lord Krishna as Lord Vishnu, there are three avatars are there. One is the Karnadaksha Vishnu, who is lying in the Karnadaksha ocean, and he is creating this universe. Second is the Garbhodaksha Vishnu, who is lying in the Garbhodakaya ocean, and from there Brahmaji is originating and formation of all the diversities inside the material universe happens. And the third form is the Paramatma form, which enters in every atom of this universe and sustain them. Okay, sustain them. So if you see this sloka, all three phases of realization are mentioned. Okay, so one is the sustainer. This sustainer is the Paramatma form. So, oh my Lord, sustainer of all that live, that is the Paramatma form. Your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Real face, that means you have a face that is covered by your dazzling effulgence. The Brahman form is also mentioned. And third form is mentioned as kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. The Bhagavan form. So all three forms are mentioned. The Brahman form, the Paramatma form, and Bhagavan form in this sloka of ISOPANISAD of sloka number 15. So this sloka is like appeal to the Lord to show the devotee his real face. Okay. So let's read the purport. This purport is given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada teacher. Yes, Mataji, who is going to read?
Mataji and Prabhuji, please raise your hands if you would like to read. Please participate, all of you. Sharon Prabhuji, you can go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hari Bol. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita 14.27, the Lord explains his personal rays, Brahma Jyotir, the dazzling effulgence of his personal form in this way. Brahmano hi pratisthaham amritasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasyai kanthikasya cha. I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan are three aspects of the same absolute truth. Brahman is the aspect most easily perceived by the beginner. Paramatma, the supersoul, is realized by those who have further progressed. And Bhagwan realization is the ultimate realization of the absolute truth. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7.7, where Lord Krishna says that he is the ultimate concept of the absolute truth. Mahata Parataram Nanyad. Therefore, Krishna is the source of the Brahma Jyotir as well as the all-pervading Paramatma. Later, in the Bhagavad Gita 10.42, Krishna further explains, Athava bahu nai tena kim jnatena tavarjuna vistha bhyaham idam kristanam ekam sena sthito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Thus, by his one plenary expansion, the all-pervading Paramatma, the Lord, maintains the complete material cosmic creation. He also maintains all manifestations in the spiritual world. Therefore, in this Shruti mantra of Sri Ishopanishad, the Lord is addressed as Pushan, the ultimate maintainer. The personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna,
Okay,
is
Prabhu.
always filled. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So if you see the first paragraph, Prabhupada is describing about the three phases of realization. Then he is putting stress on the word Pumshan. Okay. So if you see here, Brahman is the aspect most easily perceived by the beginner. Paramatma, the super soul, is realized by those who have further progressed, and Bhagwan realization, the ultimate realization of absolute truth. So beginners, they see the dazzling effulgence. Okay, dazzling effulgence. Just like in the night when we go in the road, we see a dazzling light is coming. Okay, and when we little bit more near, we can see that it is coming from a source. Okay, and when we go very near, we can see that it's coming from this light is there. Okay, so it's coming from the car. Okay, so like that. So Brahman is the most easily perceived by the beginner. From the far only they can see that this is the Brahman phase. Paramatma is the super soul, is realized by those who have further progressed, and Bhagwan realization is the ultimate realization of the absolute truth. Three phases realization is mentioned. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita when Lord says that he is the ultimate concept of the absolute truth. Matta para tarananya. Okay, there is no truth superior to Krishna. Okay, Krishna is the ultimate truth. There is no truth superior to Krishna. Whatever things are there, whether they are false or truth, it is relative to Krishna. Okay. Krishna is the ultimate truth. Okay, so that is there is no truth superior to Krishna. It is said. Okay, and then this sloka, Krishna is Prabhupada is explaining about the Paramatma form. Okay, ekamshena, ams means fragment. Ekams means very small fragment. From a small fragment only, he can sustain all the jagat. Okay. So Pushan, what is there? If you see Pushan means sustainer. So who is the ultimate sustainer? Who is the ultimate maintainer? Krishna. And how Krishna is maintaining all these things? Through his ekamshena, through his single fragment of himself, his self, he can maintain all the universe. Okay. So single fragment. What is that fragment called? That fragment is Paramatma. So through Paramatma, Krishna can pervade everywhere in this material universe, and he can sustain all the universe. Okay, that is why it is called Kusan. Okay, so Kusan word is the sustainer word is showing the Paramatma form of the Lord. Okay. Yes, the next one.
Lakshmi Mataji, please go.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna everyone. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna is always filled with transcendental bliss, Anando Mayo Vyasat. When he was present at Vrindavana in India 5,000 years ago, he always remained in transcendental bliss even from the beginning of his childhood pastimes. The killings of various demons such as Agha, Baka, Utana and Pralamba were but pleasure excursions for him. In his village of Vrindavana, he enjoyed himself with his mother, brother and friends, and when he played the role of a naughty butter thief, all his associates enjoyed celestial bliss by his stealing. The Lord's fame as a butter thief is not reproachable, for by stealing butter, the Lord gave pleasure to his pure devotees. Everything the Lord did in Vrindavana was for the pleasure of his associates there. The Lord created these pastimes to attract the dry speculators and the acrobats of the so-called Hatha Yoga system who wish to find absolute truth. Of the childhood play between the Lord and his playmates, the cowherd boys, Shukadeva Goswami says in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.12.11, Idam satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shrutanam naradarakena sakam vijahrita punya puncha. Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Let's just read the translation.
Okay, Prabhuji. The personality of Godhead who is perceived as the impersonal, blissful Brahman by the Jnanis, who is worshipped as the Supreme Lord by devotees, is in the mood of service worship and who is considered an ordinary human being by mundane people, played with the cowherd boys who had attained their position after accumulating many pious activities.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you.
So this paragraph describes that how Krishna is full of rasa, the personal form of Krishna. That Krishna is the source of all the ananda. Okay. So anand, this word also transcendental bliss. Krishna is the source of anand. Okay. So first paragraph we have seen the Paramatma form, or the first few paragraphs we have seen the Paramatma form, who is the maintainer. Now Prabhupada is describing about the Anand giving form, that is the personal form, where Krishna is present in Vrindavan. He is describing about the transcendental realm. Okay, where this Vrindavan is in the transcendental realm, where Krishna is playing with his friends. Okay, and as well as with his devotees. Okay, and he is when he is coming to this Vrindavan, the Vrindavan Dham is the representation of the spiritual Vrindavan, the material world. Okay, so the Dham also comes. Okay, so he always remained in the transcendental bliss. When he was present at the Vrindavan 5,000 years ago, he always remained in transcendental bliss, even from the beginning of his childhood pastime. Like many the demons are killed, like Aga, Baka, Pralamba, in the childhood only. Okay, so this is the where but pleasure exertion of them. So in the Vrindavan, he is enjoying with his brothers, friends. Okay, so this is describing the transcendental bliss. Okay, so when Krishna is enjoying with his parents, okay, as well as the elder gopis of the Vrindavan, he is stealing the butter. He is having the naughty pastime with the elder gopis as well as his mother. Okay, you can see the Damodar Leela is there. Okay, where Yashodama is binding Lord Sri Krishna when he was very small child. Okay, so many leelas are happening, and Krishna is giving blissfulness or happiness to the devotees. Okay, even if you see Krishna is playing with the friends. Okay, so friends are there who are playing with Krishna. Krishna will go with them to with the cows in the fields. Okay, and he will be eating food with them. Okay, they will be sharing food with them. So they will be also very happy when they are spending time with Krishna. And when they're spending time, all the gopis, all the mother of Krishna, elderly gopis, they will be waiting for Krishna at the home. Okay, so like that. As well as if you see the trees and all the animals which are there, the trees are there, or anything, or the flute is there, anything is there which is like non-moving. Okay, even the stones which they are in the Vrindavan, they are enjoying the association of Krishna. They're seeing the Krishna's pastime happening. They are associating with Krishna. They are helping in the pastime. Okay, the fruits, the trees, everything is helping in the Krishna's pastime. So they are in the Shant Rasa. Okay, so Krishna has like many devotees. Okay, Krishna has many then the gopis. Okay, so if you see the gopis, they are in the conjugal love with Krishna, the Madhuri Rasa. Okay, so they are enjoying the association of Krishna. Okay, Krishna is having many leelas. Like Krishna is very small, and he is stealing all the clothes of the gopis. Okay, when the gopis are taking bath, so very small Krishna is there, and they are having Madhuri Rasa with the gopis. Okay, so Krishna is the ultimate, like the ultimate store of the blissfulness. Okay, and when he has pastimes with all the devotees are enjoying very much. Okay, they are getting all the blissfulness with Krishna. They are getting all the rasa with Krishna. Okay, so that rasas are very nice. Okay, so that is the thing. But the thing now comes the Radharani part. If you see the Radharani part, okay. So Krishna is the giver of all the blissfulness. Okay. Krishna is the ultimate storage of all the blissfulness. Okay, Krishna is very happy. Krishna is the giver of happiness to all the devotees in different rasa. But Radharani gives pleasure to Krishna. Krishna is giving pleasure to all the devotees, but Radharani giving pleasure to Krishna. Okay, Krishna, when everyone sees Krishna, their eyes are they're full of blissfulness. They're very happy by seeing Krishna. But when Krishna sees Radharani, Krishna is very happy. Okay, what will happen to the Radharani? You can imagine how blissful the Radharani will be. Okay, so when Krishna is seeing the Radharani, Krishna is very happy, and Krishna is the giver of happiness. So what can be the mood of Radharani when sees Krishna? How happy she must be. Okay, when Krishna's flute is heard by the devotees, they are very happy. When Krishna's sound or the voice is heard by the devotees or all the residents of Vrindavan, they are very happy. But Krishna is happy when he hears the Radharani. Okay, so how happy must be the Radharani when she hears the Krishna's voice? Okay, so Krishna is the ultimate store of the pleasure, but he gets pleasure from the Radharani. So what can be the mood of Radharani? Okay, so for that, so that is described that Krishna cannot relish that what is happening to the devotees. Okay, so Krishna cannot relish what is happening to the devotee, what is the mood of the devotee. So who is more in the blissfulness? Krishna is in more blissfulness, or the Radharani is in more blissfulness? So Radharani is more blissfulness. Okay, and that's why Krishna is getting all the blissfulness from the Radharani. Okay, so Krishna is like the source of all the happiness, but the Radharani is more happy. So who is more happy? Krishna is more happy, or Radharani is more happy? Radharani is more happy. Okay, or the happier than Krishna. Okay, that's why Krishna comes in the form of Mahaprabhu. Krishna is coming. Krishna is the original personality of God. Is coming to this earth in the Mayapur. He is taking birth in the Mayapur, but in the mood of Radharani. So what is the mood of Radharani? He wanted to relish. So how the devotee relish the pastime of Krishna? How devotee relish what is the separational feeling with Krishna? Okay, like the Radharani were relishing when Krishna moved to Mathura and from the Vrindavan. How they were relishing the pastimes of Krishna, the Virakti Bhav. Okay, Virakti Bhav. How, what is the blissfulness in the Virakti Bhav? So to relish that mood, Krishna comes in the form of Krishna, but in the mood of Radharani. What is the mood of Radharani? How they release the pastime? Okay, because devotee relish more than Krishna. Okay, Krishna is the storehouse of blissfulness, but devotee, they are relishing more blissfulness than Krishna, and Krishna was missing that. Okay, so when Krishna comes in the form of Mahaprabhu, then Krishna can release what is the pastimes, what is the blissfulness in the pastimes of Krishna. Okay, so actually the blissfulness is relished by the devotees. Okay, so that is the thing. So the final form of Krishna, form of the absolute truth, the Bhagavan form, is the ultimate storage of the blissfulness which devotees can release as a pure devotee. Okay, so which was the last part, the pure devotee can release the pastime. So that is being mentioned here. In this village, Vrindavan, he enjoyed himself with his mother, brother, friends, and when he plays the role of naughty but a thief, all his associates enjoy celestial bliss by the stealing. Okay, so this Krishna is the storage house of all the bliss, and all the associates of Krishna in the Vrindavan, they were enjoying blissfulness when Krishna was performing the pastime. Okay, that blissfulness cannot be achieved by the Brahman effulgence or by the Paramatma effulgence. So that is incomplete. That cannot be the blissfulness. The Satchidanand, Anand form cannot be perceived by the Jnana Yoga or Dhyan Yoga or the Karma Yoga. Okay, so that was the thing. So the last this line, the personality of God is perceived as an impersonal blissful Brahman by the Jnani, who is worshipped as the Supreme Lord by the devotee in the mood of servitorship, and who is considered as an ordinary human being by the mundane people, played with the cowherd boy, who has attained their position after accumulating many pious activities. Okay. Yes. Who is going to read?
Bhaglakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna, please.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thus, the Lord is always engaged in transcendental loving activities with his spiritual associates in the various relationships of Shanta, neutrality, Dasya, servitorship, Sakhya, friendship, Vatsalya, parental affection, and Madhurya, conjugal love. Since it is said that Lord Krishna never leaves Vrindavan Dham, one may ask how he managed the affairs of the creation. This is answered in Bhagavad Gita 13.14 to 18. The Lord pervades the entire material creation by his plenary part known as the Paramatma or Supersoul. Although the Lord personally has nothing to do with material creation, maintenance, and destruction, he causes all these things to be done by his plenary expansion, the Paramatma. Every living entity is known as Atma, soul, and the principal Atma who controls them all is Paramatma, the Supersoul. This system of God realization is a great science. The materialistic Sankhya yogis can only analyze and meditate on the 24 factors of the material creation, for they have very little information of the Purusha, the Lord, and the impersonal transcendentalists are simply bewildered by the glaring effulgence of the Brahma Jyoti. If one wants to see the absolute truth in full, one has to penetrate beyond the 24 material elements and the glaring effulgence as well. Sri ISOPANISAD points towards this direction, praying for the removal of the Hiranmaya Patra, the dazzling covering of the Lord. Unless this covering is removed, so one can perceive the real face of the personality of Godhead, the factual realization of the absolute truth can never be achieved. Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
So, you can continue, Mataji.
The Paramatma features of the personality of Godhead is one of three plenary expansion or Vishnu Tattva, collectively known as the Purusha avatars. One of these Vishnu Tattva who is within the universe is known as Kshirodakshay Vishnu. He is the Vishnu among the three principal deities, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, and he is all-pervading Paramatma in each and every individual living entity. The second Vishnu Tattva within the universe is Garbhodakshay Vishnu, the collective supersoul of all living entities. Beyond these two is Karanadakshay Vishnu, who lies in the causal ocean. He is the creator of all universes. The yoga system teaches the serious student to meet the Vishnu Tattvas after going beyond the 24 material elements of the cosmic creation. The culture of empiric philosophy helps one realize the impersonal Brahmajyoti, which is the glaring effulgence of the transcendental body of Lord Sri Krishna. That the Brahmajyoti is Krishna's effulgence is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 14.27 as well as the Brahma Samhita 5.40. Yassa prabhavat jagat anda koti katiswa asesa vasudhadi vibhuti vihinam tad brahma niksalam anantam asesa bhutam govindam adi purusam tam aham bhajami. In the million and millions of universes, there are innumerable planets, and each and every one of them is different from the others by its cosmic constitution. All of these planets are situated in a corner of the Brahmajyoti. This Brahmajyoti is but the personal rays of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, whom I worship. This mantra from the Brahma Samhita is spoken from the platform of actual realization of the absolute truth, and the Shruti mantra of Sri ISOPANISAD under discussion confirms this mantra as a process of realization. The ISOPANISAD mantra is a simple prayer to the Lord to remove the Brahmajyoti so that one can see his real face. This Brahmajyoti effulgence is described in details in several mantras of the Mundaka Upanishad 2.2.10 to 12.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
So in the next paragraph, we see that 5 rasas, which is on which the devotees they reduce the pastime with Krishna. Those 5 rasas are being mentioned like Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Shakti Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, and Madhurya Rasa. So these are the 5 rasa on which the devotees having the relationship with Krishna, and they exchange rasa with Krishna. Okay, these 5 rasas are there. And then it is being mentioned about the Paramatma from the super soul. The Krishna controls all the universe, or he is the survivor or of all the universe, or the maintainer of all the universe to the super soul or the Paramatma form. Okay, so his planetary expansion is there. That is the Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who is pervading all the universe and maintaining everything. Okay, so that thing is being mentioned in the next paragraph. And then about the different yoga system Prabhupada is mentioning. Okay, the materialistic yoga system, Sankhya yoga system. What this Sankhya yoga system says? Sankhya yoga system says that we are made of 24 elements. Okay, 24 elements. So Sankhya yoga system. So there is no, like, the real Sankhya yoga is different, and the Sankhya yoga which is being mentioned is only like impersonal things, like like this body or this universe is made of 24 elements, and 25th and 26th element, 2 more elements are there, which is the soul and the super soul. But they remove the personal form of Lord. Okay, so the materialistic Sankhya yoga is only, it can only analyze and meditate on 24 factors of material creation, for they have very little information of Purusha or Lord. So the Sankhya yoga doesn't focus on the personal form of Lord. Then second is impersonal transcendentalists are simply bewildered by glaring effulgence of Brahmajyoti. So the impersonal Brahman transcendentalists who are running after the impersonal form of the Lord, they just see the glaring effulgence, and they are just focusing on that only, the glaring effulgence. Everywhere Lord is there, everywhere his presence is there, that they can see the Sat form. Okay, and if one wants to see the absolute truth in full, one has to penetrate beyond the 24 material element as well as the glaring effulgence. Okay, so both they have to penetrate. So next paragraph mentioned the Paramatma feature is the Shirodakshaya Vishnu part. Okay, yeah. The Paramatma feature is the Shirodakshaya Vishnu. So the yoga system teaches the various strengths to meet the Vishnu Tattva after going beyond the 24 element of the cosmic manifestation. So, you can read from here, or you can read from here directly. Yes, please.
Wait, Mataji, Hare Krishna, can you please just repeat?
Hare Krishna. In the spiritual realm, beyond the material covering, is the unlimited Brahman effulgence.
Mataji,
which
you
is
have to read from Hiranmayi sloka.
Oh, okay. Could you move that, Mataji? I can't see it. Could you please move that? Hiranmaye parikoshe virajam brahma nishkalam takshubhram jyotisham jyotis tadyad atma vido vidu na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto banti bhukkuto yam agnihi tam eva bantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasha sarvam idam vibhati brahmai vedam amritam purashtad brahma paschat brahma dakshina natas chotarena adas chodvam cha prashritam brahmai vedam vishwam idam varishtam. In the spiritual realm, beyond the material covering, is the unlimited Brahman effulgence, which is free from material contamination. That effulgent white light is understood by transcendentalists to be the light of all light. In that realm, there is no need of sunshine, moonshine, fire, or electricity for illumination. Indeed, whatever illumination appears in the material world is only a reflection of that supreme illumination. That Brahman is in front and in back, in the north, south, east, and west, and also overhead and below. In other words, the supreme Brahman effulgence spreads throughout both the material and spiritual skies. Perfect knowledge means knowing Krishna as the root of the Brahman effulgence. This knowledge can be gained from such scriptures as Srimad Bhagavatam, which perfectly elaborates the science of Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the author Srila Vyasadeva has established that one will describe the supreme truth as Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan according to one's realization of him. Srila Vyasadeva never states that the supreme truth is a jiva, an ordinary living entity. The living entity should never be considered the all-powerful supreme truth. If he were the supreme, he would not need to pray to the Lord to remove his dazzling cover so that the living entity could see his real face. The conclusion is that one who has no knowledge of the potencies of the supreme truth will realize the impersonal Brahman. Similarly, when one realizes the material potencies of the Lord but has little or no information of the spiritual potencies, he attains Paramatma realization. Thus, both Brahman and Paramatma realization of the absolute truth are partial realizations. However, when one realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, in full potency after the removal of the Hiranyamaya Patra, one realizes Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 19. Lord Sri Krishna, who is known as Vasudeva, is everything. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. He is Bhagavan, the root, and Brahman and Paramatma are his branches.
Okay. So basically, if you see this sloka number 15, yes, Mataji, thank you very much, Hare Krishna. So basically, if you see chapter number, this sloka number 15, what is being mentioned are the three forms are being mentioned, okay, and how to approach that, okay. It was mentioned like the Sankhya philosophers. They're running after the absolute truth, but they're running as they're thinking the absolute truth as matter only. Okay. The Sankhya philosophers, they only realize the 24 elements. They don't realize the spiritual elements, and they are running after material elements only. So elements of the material world only they are running. The Sankhya philosophers. Okay. So they think that absolute truth as material. Okay. So absolute truth as matter or material, they think like. Then comes the Jnana Yogi, okay, which realizes the absolute truth as Brahman form, the Sat aspect or the Satya or the truth aspect, okay. And they think that the Lord is without potency. There is no potency of the Lord, Nirgun. Okay. They think Lord as Nirgun. There is no gun of Lord. There is no form of Lord. Nirgun, Niravatar, or the Nirvishesh something. Okay. So like that. So the Lord is having no form, no potency, no guna. Okay. So like that. So Jnanis think like that. They realize the absolute truth as Brahman aspect without potency. Okay. So Brahman aspect they realize without potency. Okay. So if you see the notes sideways, this really Brahman realizes no knowledge about the potency. They don't have knowledge about potency. The thing is, the Lord doesn't have any potency. Nirgun. Okay. There is no gun of the Lord. Okay. So that is the Brahman realization, the Jnanis. Okay. Then comes the yogis. Yogis, they realize the absolute truth as Paramatma. Okay. The Paramatma form, which is there in everyone's heart, which is there in every atom. Okay. And they realize the yogi realized the Paramatma form or the absolute truth as Paramatma with only material potency. Okay. Only knowledge about the material potency, no knowledge about the spiritual potency. There is no spiritual potency. Knowledge is there of the Paramatma. There is no the spiritual world thinking is not there in that. Okay. So they realize the potency, but the potency is only the material potency, and that is the Paramatma form of the Lord. Okay. So they don't have the spiritual potency. Only knowledge about the material potency, no knowledge about the spiritual potency. That's Paramatma form. And the last is the bhakti yogis, which realize the absolute truth as Bhagavan form. Okay, Bhagavan form. All three phases of realization of absolute truth. The Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan culminates here in the bhakti. Okay, because the Bhagavan form is the source of the Paramatma. Bhagavan form is the source of Brahman, and on itself the Brahman and Paramatma are not complete. The Bhagavan form is complete. Okay. So the bhakta or the devotees, they realize the absolute truth as Brahman with material as well as spiritual potency. They know that Lord has having material potency also as well as spiritual potency also. Okay. So both potencies are coming from the Lord only. So every potency which is the source is the Lord only. Okay. So that is the Paramatma form is coming from the Lord. Bhagavan form is coming from the Lord. Everything, the forms which we think the all source is coming from the Bhagavan form. This is the ultimate form of the Lord. Okay, so full realization, that is called Bhagavan form, is having the full realization. Okay, so that is being mentioned in this sloka till now. Okay, so let's see this part in the Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji's questions. Anyone would like to read? I will read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. The conclusion is that one who has no knowledge of the potencies of the Supreme Truth will realize the impersonal Brahman. Similarly, when one realizes the material potencies of the Lord but has little or no information of the spiritual potencies, he attains Paramatma realization. Thus, both Brahman and Paramatma realization of the Absolute Truth are partial realizations. However, when one realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, in full potency after the removal of the Hiranyamaya Patra, one realizes Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. Lord Sri Krishna, who is known as Vasudeva, is everything. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. He is Bhagavan, the root, and Brahman and Paramatma are his branches. In Bhagavad Gita 6.46 to 47, there is a comparative analysis of the three types of transcendentalists: the worshippers of the impersonal Brahman, Jnanis, the worshippers of the Paramatma feature, Yogis, and the devotees of Lord Sri Krishna, Bhaktas. It is stated there that the Jnanis, those who have cultivated Vedic knowledge, are better than ordinary fruitive workers, that the yogis are still greater than the jnanis, and that among all yogis, those who constantly serve the Lord with all their energies are the topmost. In summary, a philosopher is better than a laboring man, a mystic is superior to a philosopher, and of all the mystic yogis, he who follows Bhakti Yoga, constantly engaging in the service of the Lord, is the highest. Sri Ishopanishad directs us towards this perfection. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So if you see, the last part is being said that the perfection of everything is the bhakti. Okay, and if you see the translation, what is being mentioned? Let's see. Okay, so this is the translation. So kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. What is the meaning of pure devotee now? Okay, and who is going to see that ultimate face of Krishna? Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. Who is going to see Krishna? Who is going to see the pure form? Who is going to see the Bhagavan form of the Lord? The pure devotee. Prabhupada doesn't write only devotee. Prabhupada writes pure devotee. Okay, pure devotee. What is the meaning of pure devotee? Okay, pure devotee means there is no material glitches. There is no material desire. Okay, if there is material desire, that is not pure. Okay, pure devotee means any desire which is there, that is spiritual. any desire. Whatever desires, imagine yourself from morning to evening. There are many desires we are making. Ultimately, we are making many desires, many desires, many desires. Okay. Are those desires material or spiritual? We have to see every time. Okay. Even if we are progressing in the spiritual path, okay, we have to see on every step whether this step we are taking is material or spiritual. Material or spiritual. Whether this step will lead us or increase our Krishna consciousness or not. Whether it will increase my faith in Krishna or not. What thing we are doing. Whether this thing which we are doing in the name of spirituality, is it material or not? Many things we do in the spirituality also, but that is totally material. Okay. Maybe we can go to, like the karmis are going to the temple, they will ask Lord with many, they will go to the Lord with many desires, they will ask many desires. So that thing is completely material. In the name of the spirituality, people do material things, materiality. Okay. So that is not a pure devotion. So Krishna, the Prabhupada here writes, kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to a pure devotee. So pure devotee means any desire is I am having, that desire is purely making us towards Krishna consciousness. If I have desire, any material desire, that is not pure devotion. Okay? That is not pure devotion. So Krishna will be revealing to a devotee who is a pure devotee. Okay, one whose intention is pure. Pure means who is serving, who is trying to serve Krishna. One who has intention to serve Krishna. That is called a pure devotee. Who has intention. Krishna doesn't see what work we are doing. Krishna sees the intention. Krishna is not sitting outside us. Krishna is sitting inside us, in very close to our heart. So Krishna can see our intention. Okay, what we are thinking, what we want. Krishna sees that. Krishna doesn't see the overall expression which we make. Krishna doesn't see the activity which we do. Krishna doesn't see anything. Or Krishna sees. But Krishna is very close to our heart in the form of Paramatma, and Krishna knows what we are thinking. Okay. So pure devotion doesn't mean that only work we are doing, okay, or pure work we are doing. Intention. What is our intention? Whether the work is pure or unpure doesn't matter. The intention should be pure. One whose intention is pure, they are also pure. One who has pure intention, whether they are doing with pure intention, whether they are trying to do any good work and bad work happens, Krishna doesn't see that thing as bad work. Okay. Krishna sees the intention. What is our intention? Okay. If we are like when we chant, okay, our intention, see, these things I'm speaking is for my purification. You may relate it, you may not relate it. It may not be related to you, but all these things which I'm speaking, these all things are related to me. Okay, so these things I'm speaking for my purification. Okay, so if anything coincide with you, you can take advantage and you can these things you can apply in your life. Okay, so the thing is, when we chant, okay, sometimes we sit and chant and we chant. Okay, just we chant. We think different types of things. Okay, these things will happen with everyone. It happens because we are in the material world. We started here in the material world. Now we are coming to the little bit. We are coming in the devotees contact. We started chanting. Little bit of spirituality. We are now accepting. Okay, but we are still at material platform. Or you can say at 99.99% we are material and 0.001% like that we are spiritual now. Because our thought process is 24 hours. How much the thought process or intention is pure? Okay, very less. So that much degree of spirituality you can consider that much degree of spirituality we have. Other than that, we are totally material. Okay. So total material desires are there. So when we chant also, then there is material things will be there. We don't pay our attention to the chanting process and the chanting. We don't hear properly. Okay, we think of different things because we are unpure. That's why these things are happening. Okay, so that is our unpure state. That we are not pure now. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to chant gradually, seriously. Okay, so these things will happen, but we have to purify ourselves. And how we are going to purify? Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Chetu Darpan Marjanam. Okay, Chetu Darpan Marjanam. This heart we have to clean. by the chanting process. Okay? So that is the process. So still the desires will come. Still our intention not pure. We are not pure. We are not a pure devotee. Sometimes when we enter to the devotion and when we little progress, we think ourselves as like master. Aha, we are like king. We have progressed too much. Okay, but actually that is our false ego. That is our Maya playing with us, that we have progressed too much in the devotion. What we are doing, that is very much devotion. Okay, that is our Maya. That is our false ego. We have to clear that Maya, and gradually we have to progress towards the pure devotion. What is pure devotion? When our thought, when our intentions are totally pure, and that stage we have to reach. Okay, that is the perfection of all the yoga. That is the perfection of all the knowledge. That is all the perfection of all the work or karma which we are doing. The final path is the pure devotion. That's what Prabhupada mentioned here. Kindly remove the covering and exhibit yourself to the pure devotion. That is the ultimate goal. That we have to reach the pure devotion part. Okay, so that thing is the thing. Okay. So when we have the pure devotion, when we have the pure intention to serve the Lord, when we have pure intention for the service of the Lord, that is the pure devotion. Okay? The pure intention of the service of the Lord is the pure devotee. When we have the pure intention of serving the Lord, that is the pure devotee. Okay? So this will finish our class. Okay? Just I will stop the. Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, so I stopped the sharing now. So let's see. If you have any question, we can take the question answers.
Prabhuji, do you have any questions? Please raise your hands, or you can directly.
Yes, Santoshi Mataji. Yes, any question is there? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
So you spoke about these realizations, and with the Paramatma realization, you said the knowledge what you get is more material, about the material potency of the Lord, and no knowledge about the spiritual potency. So what exactly is the spiritual potency? I mean, the sloka mentions here, Prabhuji.
Okay, so the thing is here, if you see the the Bhagwan form and the Paramatma form and the Brahman effulgence form. The Brahman effulgence form are the you are considering about the Paramatma form. So the Paramatma form, if you see, is how it is material. The thing is, if you see the Goloka chart, in there the Karna Daksha Vishnu there, Garbha Daksha Vishnu there, and last is the Shiro Daksha Vishnu, which is the Paramatma form. So if you see that Paramatma form, where it is entering into all the material elements only. Okay, so it is finally limited to the material only, material world only. Okay, it is not crossing the material realm. Okay, so if any person is they are meditating on the Paramatma form, ultimately they are reaching the Paramatma form only. Okay, after Paramatma form, they may reach like the Bhagwan form of the Lord by pure devotion. After the the Paramatma, they may realize the Supreme Lord form or the Absolute Truth form in the form of Bhagwan, and they may start doing the bhakti. Then they can reach the spiritual realm. Without bhakti, there is no spirituality. Okay? The spiritual realm is not there. When Paramatma form is there, the Paramatma form is only limited to the material elements only. Because in the form of Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, the Krishna is there in the material form only, the material world only. Okay, entering into the every material elements. Okay, so that is the only the material elements. If you see the spiritual elements is different. The spiritual elements is having the Vaikuntha planet as well as the Goloka planet. So that is beyond the material elements. Okay, that is way beyond the material elements. The Vaikuntha planets and the Goloka planets. Okay, so Vaikuntha planets are so many planets are there. That is the spiritual planets, and the spiritual planets are there. There the Paramatma form is not there. The Paramatma form is limited to the 14 planetary systems only, okay, or the whole material universe. So that is the limitation of the Paramatma form. So any person is attaining the Paramatma form, they max to max they can go to the Brahmaloka, not beyond that. Okay, if we have to cross the Brahmaloka, then you have to perform the bhakti. Then you can go to the spiritual planets. Okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Okay, so we don't have any questions. So we'll end the session. We'll meet again in the next week. Okay. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.